What's happening, nation?
Good
We
evening.
are Nation's Corner, and I'm your host, Tony Justice. And with me tonight, my tag team partners are Mongrovian Mike and John in South Jersey. Mongrovian Mike, how you doing tonight, brother?
What's up, my brother? Excited for our interview.
Yes, sir. John, how you doing, man?
Just another beautiful night in chilly South Jersey here at the home of the Monster Factory. But we coming for them 6-man straps. Right here, this 3. We're coming for them.
Cool. We'll take on all challenges.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got a special interview tonight that Mongrovian Mike's going to lead. So Mongrovian, what do we got in store for y'all tonight?
All right. We have the Guardian, Kaide Lothbrok, and his valet manager, Foxy Foxxy. That's 1X first, 2X is last. And he is a Viking warrior, and here he is. And here they are, Foxy Foxxy and Kaide. How we doing?
Good evening, folks. Thank you for joining us.
No problem. Thank you, guys.
Are you ready for the Berserker raid or what, Kaide?
Of course. Of course, man.
All right. Well, I just got to say the first thing that attracted me to you, obviously, was you came out, you kicked ass. I'm seeing this shirt, yes, Guardian, and I'm like, okay, that's like up my alley. That's a great thing. What got you into the whole Viking warrior? I won't say gimmick because it's a lifestyle. It's a life.
Yeah. Like my family heritage is that, a lot of Swedish, German, Icelandic, so I have family history in that. And I mean, as you can see in the back, I'm a big comic book guy. I got my Thor hat. I'm a big Thor comic book fan, always was as a kid. And it came about the whole like a Viking thing. I was just kind of floating around doing deathmatch wrestling, kind of just aid, and started bringing like the prop Mjolnir wrapped in like barbed wire or axe or what have.
Oh, we lost them, so we're gonna skip right to you. Did you do that? Did you
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know what? Yeah, you know what? We got to give Foxy Foxxy a little bit of the shine.
Right.
How are you doing? And how long have you been? How long have you been in the business?
Whew. Oh boy. Since 1998.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I started training in 98. I debuted in 99. I left wrestling around 2010-ish and didn't actually return until Kaide asked me to be his manager this April.
Was the Ronkonkoma show? Was that your first? That was obviously your first time back with VPW with Kaide.
Yeah.
What was that your first? Was that your first official show back with him?
No.
Okay.
That was just my first official return to Long Island because I used to manage in Long Island for a while. Once actually with Kaide, believe it or not.
Well, you see, Kaide, it pays to have a good manager valet by your side because you dropped and we went right to Foxy Foxxy. It was seamless, but
there's no dead air. No dead air.
Right.
All right, so we know you wrestle with VPW Victory Pro Wrestling out here on the island, and they go in the tri-state area. You also wrestle Excite Wrestling, and that's where is that out of upstate in Binghamton area?
Yeah, Binghamton, New York, Johnson City. It's like basically like the same town. I've been there since I think like 2014. I was there. I've been with them, so it's been a good time with them. Good bunch. A lot of. It's nice because I for a long time I was a Long Island Metro City, South Jersey, Philly, and then getting to go up there and work a whole new a whole new crop of guys and be in front of a whole new fan base is really cool. And honestly, like, I mean, Foxy can even say excites. It's definitely up in that area. It's probably the premier company. I mean, last show there's probably 220 people, and it's all walk up. I mean, they have their regulars, but it's all walk up. It's in a mall, so it's a cool vibe.
Well, our group definitely we promote, and we always love to give our money to independent promotions and independent wrestlers, and John here always he's with he's big with Capital Championship Wrestling.
Okay.
And he sponsors a lot of wrestlers. We sponsor Mission Pro, and a lot of us singly will sponsor individual wrestlers, and so we really support the independent scene, and we really respect what you guys do, what you all do in the scene, and just that.
Kaide, we probably run into each other, especially when you were doing the deathmatch stuff. I'm here in South Jersey. I'm actually in Paulsboro, the home of the Monster Factory, but Tremont's H2O is 15 minutes away from my house. And,
I'm sure we met, man.
Yeah, I'm sure we've seen a lot of industrial warehouses the same nights.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
But that's very cool that you were able to move past it a little bit now, and especially with what I saw at Excite. I love your presentation and your style in the ring.
I appreciate that, man.
You bring it, and as everybody likes to say, this isn't ballet. This is physical, it's violent, and that's the way I like it. And definitely you have that style.
I appreciate that, man, very much.
With Excite, me and John were just talking about, we were marking out over that you triple tag team you with Dante Drago and with the innovator of violence,
the legend,
the housekeeper of the House of Hardcore, and the man, Tommy Dreamer.
Yeah, that's
how was it?
Well, Tommy's kind of like my my uncle in wrestling, I guess you could say, because of my background being trained by Mikey Whipwreck. So Dreamer's been, one of my biggest supporters and has always been there. I mean, he's tried a few times to get me looked at. He actually played a part in making a call when I was doing my AEW extra work. He called me personally and was like, "Hey, I'm going to make a call. I can't promise you anything." So, I mean, I've gotten to share the ring with Tommy on both sides of it, teaming and working against him numerous times, and it's a blast. I love him. He's got the personality of fucking newspaper.
Right.
I don't know if I can curse, but I curse.
No, you can. It's cool.
But
you're absolutely right.
Foxy established that already. Don't worry.
Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah, no, good. Well, figures. But yeah, no. Dreamer's got the personality of like dry newspaper, but he's one of the most genuine, honest. Tommy's. He will come up to me and be like, "You're looking fat," or "That sucked." Like, he's honest, and I appreciate the honesty, and it's a rare trait in wrestling for someone just to be honest for the sake of being honest. But he's awesome. I have nothing bad to say about him.
Well, as you know, you can see the fat head behind me. You've seen me at the shows with the fat head. We're big busted open LaGreca supporters, and that's what we try to espouse too. The positive side. None of this dirt sheet bullshit and negative stuff, So
it's
awesome that how much has like talking to Tommy, when you're talking stuff backstage, is it like a clinic? Is it like you're in class, but it's an enjoyable class? And
I mean, that's with any with any person that has done this at a high level, you're going to learn something. Me personally now, and because I have a relationship with Dreamer and I work him a lot, it's more of a, hey, remember when we did this? Or hey, like it's more of a, we work each other so much that we don't even need to talk. I mean, when we did the 6-man, Foxy was, we got pulled into the air conditioned trailer that he had because we were outside in like 120-degree weather, and me and Foxy could have changed in that trailer, but we because I'm stupid and stubborn and old school, and so is she. We decided to sweat our asses off in a plastic tent with the boys. Because Dreamer said, "Hey, you can come change with me," but I had a lot of input into that match because he trusts me, but he pulled like Dante aside and gave Dante pointers, and I believe he did the same with Pat and Balor as well. So, for like I said, for me, I think he trusts me a lot and knows that and feels that I'm a good worker. So it's a different relationship than we have than it was when we first started getting to share the ring together.
That's very cool. Now the guys that you were against, Vince Valor, HC Loke, and this big giant Native American dude called Pat Sawyer.
Yep.
You got beef with these guys, don't you? Because I saw another match where you kind of got screwed.
Yeah, it's like that's my luck of the draw. It seems like So HC Loke is he was the referee in ECW, the Extreme Ref. He was a member of the Carnage crew with Tony DeVito. Another guy that I looked up to because DeVito and Loke weren't body guys. They were just they were angry, drunk, and pissed off, and that's what they So I obviously gravitated towards them. I was actually a former Excite Tag champion with Logan. We're just oil and water. We don't mix. Vince Valor and me were a short-lived tag team. I think he got upset because I brought in my best friend over here, and I guess he felt a certain way. And Pat Sawyer is honestly, in my opinion, he's one of the most underrated and underknown. I mean, the kid he's probably mid-20s. He's legit 6'5", 6'6". He's a Native American shoot, and it's not a gimmick. I think he's definitely very underrated in terms of he's not out there. And I think it just takes the right person to see him. They're all talented guys, but they all decided to make a play at me, and
they go a name off themselves.
You had the Excite National Championship in the grasp of your hand. You had it.
Yeah, and I guess Pat, he likes to blame me for hurting him. I didn't hurt him because if I did, he wouldn't be walking. But
he wasn't for a while. I mean,
to
be fair.
I mean, look, a freak thing happened. Brother went up to try to superplex me. He slipped, twisted an ankle, whatever he did, I don't know exactly, and I capitalized on it. It's not, I didn't go out to hurt the kid. I guess he's harboring resentment, and he, I've done a lot of screwed up stuff in wrestling. I've done stuff. I'm not going to sit here and bitch and moan and cry. Foxy turned on her husband. We're not exactly waving the moral flag here of the good guys. Look, I mean, I'm a snake just as much as the next guy, and I'll give it to Pat. He got one over on me and Foxy, but what goes around comes around, and it takes a lot more. Trust me, a lot of better people have tried to put me down, and I'm still standing here doing my thing. So
I like to call us chaotic neutral. We're chaotic neutral.
Right. Okay. I'm a D&D player too, Foxy. So
there we go.
I know exactly what you guys are talking about.
Thank you.
Now, Foxy, you just recently celebrated a birthday, so it was was it 21 with 20 years experience?
Yeah, I wish. Nope, 41.
Mm.
And like on your post, like you said, 41 never felt so good or looked so good. You're looking great.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. Your body Asgardian there. We always did the Viking always needs his Valkyrie by his side. And so what is it like with this guy? Because he is kind of wild. So it's like you kind of got to control him, and then you got to watch out for these other guys. If they get out of line, they get nutted. So
yeah,
you got your hands full.
I do. I definitely do. Now, he gets a little ragey, and then there are some times where it's like, all right, let's calm you down a little bit. But then there are a lot of other times where it's like, I'm the shit stirrer in the background, like, let's kick his ass. So I'm just as bad.
So you're there to slap him, snap out of it, get with it, or to just shake him and say, calm down, just calm down.
Yeah, pretty much.
That and a whole lot more. She's besides being one of my best friends. She's. If I don't have to buy wrist tape. She has everything ready to rock and roll and go. And honestly, a big part of her coming back was my fiance doesn't like to come to shows, and besides my fiance Foxy is the only person that's able to calm me down from literally killing just not other wrestlers, people in public. 'Cause I just don't like people for the most part. So she plays a big role in making sure I don't do something stupid and not make it to the show. So she's not just she's a manager, but she's so much more than a manager. She's like everything right now, because
And I,
otherwise
and I try
I'd
to
probably
get
be out of.
I try to get you to have fun too.
Yeah,
That's the balance. He's the angry one, and I'm the dumbass. So, like, if he starts getting like all weird, angry, I will purposely make an idiot out of myself.
Well, we all have had come out on a Saturday night. Angry dumbasses. You people have found you are my people. Okay. But I have noticed, and it's nice that you both tie this together, behind out of the ring. But because you see it, especially with you guys in the ring, it's not traditional wrestler valet type of thing. You guys are more like a partnership.
Yes.
100%.
And I really like that, because it's another element that most opponents aren't ready for. Most times they're just preparing just for Kaide and what he's going to bring, but having no idea what you're going to do, Foxy, to be there to, oh, I'll do this to get Kaide all pissed off, but then you're there to calm him down, or, oh, wait, I'll just do this. And you're like, no, get mad and beat his ass. And I love that. I love a partnership. To me, in this day and age, the whole, I'm the wrestler, you're the valet type, that doesn't work. You guys are a partnership, and I love that. That's really cool.
Those are the only.
Basically, your job is to be in the right place at the right time, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yep.
And those, I've always loved those kinds of relationships in wrestling. When it came to a manager and a wrestler, it was always the ones that were more of a team that I was always drawn to, more than just, oh, she's walking him out.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Don't let the pretty face fool you. She could whip out the hammer too.
Oh, absolutely. She's a badass.
Kaide, I noticed that you said it's your fiance. Is she's the one that films a lot, that tapes a lot of your stuff, right?
That's Victoria. She's at every VPW show, but she's not big on the traveling.
Her and that's your kid too, as well, right? Yeah,
that's my stepson. Yeah.
Awesome kid, awesome. You pay tribute to some moves and stuff, like you come off, you get someone, and it's like when you illustrate, you're like the Road Warrior, the Road Warrior slam, or whatever, but like you pay tribute to the old school guys and their moves. And
yeah, well, I mean, like, I'm a fan like anybody, and everyone's got their favorites. I mean, I'm a huge Road Warrior fan. I love Hawk and Animal. I grew up watching, WWF, Hawk and Animal, obviously, but then as I got older. But yeah, I mean, Hawk and Animal, Stan Hansen, Jake Roberts. I mean, I do a lot of, like, now that I'm older and I've gotten to do a lot, it's about and then big part of Foxy and me working together is I want to have fun. And it's about having fun. And honestly, like, when you see me and her and we're out there laughing and smiling, that's not like us putting on an act. We're legitimately having fun. Like, it's fun. So everything that I do now and everything that I try to do, I just want to have fun. So it's about, it's about me just having fun and getting to do this for as much more. Because unlike a lot of guys, I'm 35 and I'm, probably in the prime and best shape of my career. I did a lot of damage to myself. So I'm just having a blast right now, paying tribute to the guys that came before me and guys that I looked up to.
That's awesome. Speaking about doing damage to yourself, you're not doing damage to yourself. You post your picture all the time. How much weight did you lose? You lost about 1.5 of you.
It's like 150 pounds, like 100. It's something around there. I think the exact is like 153. The heaviest I ever was right before the pandemic, not before, but right before we got into that pandemic. I was 392. I was just miserable, depressed. I wasn't with my fiance, and literally, like, I know it's funny because the pandemic sucks for everybody, but for me, it was kind of the blessing in disguise because it literally forced me to sit, and I had nothing to do with myself. So I was like, well, I took the time to like watch videos and read and learn about literally what to eat, and food is fuel rather than food is comfort. And like, I'm not shy about it. I've talked about it. I have like anxiety and depression, and I have a lot of issues from my past when growing up. And food and alcohol was my coping mechanism. And then when I stopped drinking, I became more so food. And I took the pandemic to change that. And honestly, if it wasn't for my fiance, I don't know if I'd be like even talking to you guys right now. I'm not. It's not like a sob story. It's the truth though. And I was type 2 diabetic and just got in the gym and just put my nose to the ground and just did it. And like I said, having no work for almost half a year was the best thing because I was able to dedicate myself as I needed rather than I don't want to work a 10-hour day, go to training, then go to the gym, then make time to eat, make a dinner. It's easier just to grab Taco Bell or McDonald's or this or that. So, and I tell people all the time, like I've been getting a lot of messages from guys or girls that are like, hey, I'm type 2 diabetic or I want to lose weight. And I'm an open book to anybody. I'm not shy about my journey and what I've been through. So I'm just trying. And then that played a big part into reinventing myself from Stockade to Kaide Lothbrok. Was I dropped the weight. I was like, this is my chance to come back with a completely different package. And I was doing that for about a year. And I kept hounding this one because something. And again, look, I could have stayed on my own and I would have been just fine. And I would have been successful and doing what I'm doing. But, she was the missing piece of the puzzle that completed this package. And that's where we're at. It was like I was like an awesome cooked steak, but she's the fucking baked potato that makes it even that much better.
I'm a
what I'm saying? You're
a potato.
Potato.
That's fine. I call myself a potato a lot, so it's appropriate.
What do you want? You want sheets, fucking fried pickles and a
I'm the fried pickle. I'll be the fried pickle. Yeah.
You can't just call her garnish. She's not just garnish.
No, she's not. That's the thing.
You got to be the other part of the meals. You can't have a steak without the fucking potato.
Look, man, she's the best. I can't say she's the best manager I've had because that would have to go to one of my trainers, Crusher. And we had a father-son type bond, but Foxy's. It'd be like somebody saying, oh, you were managed by Bobby Heenan, you were managed by Jim Cornette. Who's better? Completely different people.
Yeah. Yes.
And what I had with Crusher is not what I have with Foxy and vice versa. But equally, it's just as fun. And she knows me. Like I don't have to tell her anything. I've worked with plenty of people where I'm like, hey, I got to tell you. And at first, I had that habit because I was so used to it. And she's like, sweetie, I got it. I know what I'm doing. And then now I can look at her and she knows where to go or she knows what she's doing. So that makes it that much easier and funner.
Cool. That's awesome.
Very
all right,
cool.
so I've only seen you in VPW because I'm here on Long Island. You run the gamut. You go extreme, deathmatch style, or VPW was pretty much, I say, more family oriented, more kind of.
Yeah. I don't know what
WWE-ish kind.
I don't know why they brought me in. And they brought me in with the woman Tina that owned the company at the time, and they brought me in for like 1 or 2 shows, and the fans clicked, and they wanted me. They had me. I won the tournament, the King of New York tournament.
Yeah,
and I think this is when they first got like wind of who I am. They have like a crown. They're like, well, you got to wear the crown. I'm like, I ain't wearing no goddamn crown. I love VPW. I love John Radio. He runs it now. VPW is very, very, very family oriented, and I always say, having me in VPW is like having Jason Voorhees walk around Sesame Street,
right?
Because I'm as real as it gets. I'm rough. I'm rough around the edges, and I will. I'll I'm not family friendly per se. So
you do have a lot of punchable faces in that organization there for you to go through.
Yes, absolutely.
No,
all right, now I have to go to Foxy because Foxy, there seems to be a weird thing going on with Megan Mason, who we just I just interviewed with my other co-host Deb Housen on Tuesday. So I brought this up to her. So I want to ask you, what's going on with Mouse, Megan Mason, and you weren't there, but they're following Kaide, but Kaide got Megan in that Royal Gold Rush Rumble, got her in the corner, and Kaide, I told her the other day, you gave her this chop, and I was, where I was sitting all the way back by the exit door where you guys were coming in. That chop, I felt it all the way back there by the door. I was like, oh my God. I was like, oh, he did that to Megan, man.
Equality, man.
Equality. What's the whole connection here? Foxy, you first, and then Kaide, I'll get your answer.
Well, I wasn't available that day, and I know that he had history with those two. So I mean, I might have just put the little inkling out there of just, hey, keep an eye out. Maybe we'll all work something together. I failed to tell him that, though. So my bad. But yeah, he didn't take to it too well. He still isn't, as you can see. I'm going to point that way.
Do you see Megan and Mouse? Like Mouse, is Mouse growing on you, Kaide? Like a little fungus or something? Like a bad rash? Is he growing on you?
Well, I have a long history with Mouse. I actually am the one that helped train Mouse at NYWC, along with Bam Sullivan and another guy named Boo Sullivan. And then I've been, like I said, Mouse has been with me. We were the Hounds of Hatred, and he's been against me. And I got him to go. I was a big part of him and Bam going to H2O, where we continued it. I don't hate Mouse and I don't hate Megan. Like I said, I love them both dearly. But this is, again, like I said earlier, this is about me and me having fun. And I got my start just like Foxy. Well, not Foxy, but Foxy first met at NYWC. That's where I got my start. It's where I cut my teeth. I don't get along with that place. I don't have any will towards that place, but it's a side and it's a part of me that I want to put in the past, and I'm focused on me and Foxy. Megan and Mouse want to tag along. It's just, I'm not into it right now. I don't need help. I never needed help. I got Foxy, and like I said, I'm in a different time and place. I want them. They don't need to be part of the Kaide or the Kaide and Foxy dynamic. They need to make it on their own. And I think both of them together can be big stars, and not just in VPW, but anywhere. But I'm not saying I'm an albatross, but again, they're tying their coattails to me, and I'm not about it. Listen, if I can't beat up Dante and the fucking whatever the hell they're called, the frat pack or the frat boys,
Delta House.
Thank you. See, that's why she's here, because I don't remember a goddamn thing. If I can't beat them on my own, then I just need to hang it up, because I'm either getting too old or just I don't know what's going on. So again, I don't ask for help. I don't need help. I want them to do their own thing. And look, if they continue to stick their nose in their business, then I'll have to handle it. And then me and Foxy will have to have a talk about it, because, like I said, it's something she needs to fix, because things need to be discussed before happening.
Look, okay. John, as a D&D nerd, understands you needed more of a venturing party with you.
Yes,
that's it.
Always,
he gets it.
Yes, absolutely.
John?
It doesn't always work out.
No.
But I understand that, Kaide, and I could see it. It seems to me, from what I've seen, and please keep me honest, that's exactly what they're trying to do. Not so much that they're looking to help you, but there's an ulterior motive there, that they're trying to, I guess, get up a little or get a name out.
Get the rub.
Yeah, get the rub off of you and Foxy. And I'm sorry. In this business, and then no matter who you are and who you work with, man, you got to stand on your own 2 feet and make your own stand in your own name. And if you're going to be going around trying to latch on to other people just to get your name out, now to me that's a good recipe to get the shit slapped out of you.
That already happened to Megan in the Rumble. So
true, yes.
That hurt, man. That hurt. I was like, oh.
Look, they're I can't even call them kids, because I think they're both in their 30s. They're talented, they're a talented guy and girl, and like I said, they need to do their own thing. And if they continue to stick their noses in my business without me saying so, then I'll handle it come that time. But right now, my focus is on Dante, and who's another kid who I have nothing but the utmost belief in. I was a big proprietor of Dante. I helped him a lot in VPW. Again, Dante's, he makes mistakes. He likes to party a little too much. These other 2 kids, I don't know them from a hole in the wall, but they're going to find out, because I'm sure I'll get a hold of them come November 19th, and we'll square our business up. Because unlike a lot of these new kids in wrestling, me, like I said, me and Foxy are old school. I don't tweet. I don't post on Facebook who I'm going to beat up. I'll go to your face, and I'm not a hard person to find. You can come to me in the locker room. We can fight in the locker room. We can fight in the parking lot. We can fight in the ring. But I ain't going to back down from anybody. That's just who I am. And she ain't going to back down from anyone either.
Oh, that's for sure. That's for sure. Well, John Radio is a good guy, though, isn't he? I like him.
Yeah, he's a jackass at times. But no, John's a good guy.
Perfect.
You know, he listen. I'll give him all the credit in the world. That he's out there hustling, man. I think every weekend he's at some other show, renting his ring or doing audio. He's definitely turned VPW around from when I was there. I don't know what it was prior, but from when I was there, it's definitely taken a 180, and it's because of him and his leadership and honestly the work he puts in. I mean, I'm on the phone with him at least 3 to 4 times a week, whether it's, hey, this is what you're doing, hey, you know, can you help me with this? What do you think of this? So I have a lot of respect for radio. For a guy that never has stepped foot in a ring in terms of being a wrestler, he's got a lot of heart and soul, and he's got a great creative mind. So I got nothing but respect for him. He annoys the hell out of me at times, but I have a lot of respect for him.
A little corny, but, you know, I'm corny too. I'm corny too, you know.
We all are.
You know, once you're a dad, you do stupid dad shit, you know.
Exactly.
Right.
So, what music gets you guys motivated? Foxy, you can go first. What
Oh, boy.
We're gonna be here all day.
No, we won't. No,
We're gonna
we
be here all
won't.
day.
Because my music, what gets me all pumped up before a show will like change monthly. So right now I'm in a big metalcore state where I'm just like every time before a match, it's always like a little bit of Ice Nine Kills, Motionless in White. There two songs that I always listen to though without fail is a cover of the 80s track Maniac by a industrial pop group called Carpenter Brut. And Firewoman by the Cult, because that was like my first entrance music ever. So that's always going to like get me into that whole I'm gonna kick somebody's ass mode.
Cade?
I mean, anything from Black Label Society. That's my big band. I'm a huge
shout out to the Doom crew.
Yeah, I'm a big Zakk Wylde fan. So whether it be Black Label, Motorhead, Amon Amarth, Brothers of Metal. I'm a big country guy. It drives Foxy up the wall, but I'm a big country guy, so we'll be driving.
With the hat, I don't know that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, you know, but listen, the hat came back because of those damn photos with my fiance. Nobody would leave me alone about it. So
the hat works. The hat works. It works.
But yeah, you know, I mean, honestly, most, you know, if I'm in the gym, it's Black Label. I'm on Amarth, even before shows. And then driving, like I said, I drive Foxy and our friend Brooke crazy because I'll put on, you know, Blake Shelton or I'll put on Aaron. I'm a big Aaron Lewis fan. You know, I can't listen to metal while driving. It'll get me angry and I want to drive somebody over the road.
Right.
See, but that's where the compromise comes in.
When I listen, when I have like Metallica, so you got to have the cruise control on. This way,
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
See, I try to compromise. I'm like, put on like grunge. It's a happy medium, you know. So he'll listen sometimes, but
Yeah, no, I like.
No, I'm on
like,
Amarth all the way.
Yeah, well, you know, it's usually in our car ride. It's usually like it's like Pearl Jam, Nirvana, like any like the '90s grunge alternative.
Okay.
And then she knows every single band, and I'm like, I'm like, oh, I know that song, and I don't know the name of the band, but like, I know this song. And that's about it.
he tests me like 5 seconds of a track will play and he goes, okay, what's this? So I'm like, oh, it's so and so by so and so. It was off of this album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a music nerd.
And then usually on the way home, it's either I try to come down off the high. So if I'm like listening to metal or anything like that, I'll still be up. So it's usually I'll throw on either some podcast or I'll throw on some comedy and just try to chill and enjoy the drive while she smokes her 50th cigarette and our friend's passed out. Our friend Brooks passed out in the back from editing photos, and then we go to Sheets. She takes her selfie, and then we drive home.
Sheets.
I'm trying to get Sheets to sponsor me because they liked my latest post. I'm like, I will totally take a Sheets endorsement. So that's my new goal right now.
Sheets or Wawa? Sheets or Wawa? What?
No, they got to be
Sheets all the way.
Sheets for them all the way.
We when we go to Excite, we hit both. We hit Wawa in the morning because it's 10 minutes from her house.
Okay.
And then we hit Sheets on the way back. But I think the whole car agrees Sheets is where it's at.
Yeah.
Well, I know our own Debhausen says that the waffle breakfast sandwich, I believe,
at Wawa. No, actually, the best thing if you can find them, and Wawa is doing this on purpose. This is my conspiracy theory. They have the egg bites, which are the little mini like egg omelets. But they only make like 5 of them the entire Sizzly run the whole day. So if you're not like right there at that exact moment they come out, everybody knows they're so good they're instantly gone. So that's my conspiracy theory.
No, man, we're lame, man. We get the same thing every time. Like she can get like that's the other thing about us. Like if she's got to go smoke a cigarette or go to the bathroom, or if I got to go to the bathroom or vice versa, or I'm pumping gas, she'll come out and be like, "Hey, I got you." You know, she knows what I want. I know what she wants. So it's just we're lame, and we're just literally we're just two nerds driving in a car to go to wrestling.
We really are. We really are.
Who pulls the rib on who?
I think we both do it to each other.
Both do, like kind of like at the last one where at the gas station I forced them to do a TikTok. So and it was like it wasn't. I planned it in my head. I'm like, I know what audio I'm going to use, so I just had the phone ready. I'm like, TikTok, go. So yeah.
I mean, we really don't rib each other. I mean, most of the time it's just us talking and then talking about the match, and then it's me flipping out about something, and then she just looks at me like you're an idiot. You know, we're pretty. It's literally like, you know, a lot. Look, I mean, I'll be honest. A lot of the boys at first thought that we were like a couple, not realizing she's married and I'm engaged. But we're literally like a brother and sister type thing. Like we'll try to kill each other at times, and then you know
that makes a better team. That makes a better team.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. When you have that connection, that makes it 10 times.
Oh yeah.
Better. So
it certainly does.
Very cool.
I mean, we know if we get our loved one, significant other pissed off at us, you know, they, you know, oops, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't see him coming with that boot to your face. I would have stopped it. But, you know, you got to keep it copacetic.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Johnny, you got anything else?
What do you guys got coming up? You mentioned something on the 19th.
You want to go ahead,
disorderly conduct.
All right. Okay. November 19th, we will be in Bayshore, Long Island for VPW. Then the following Saturday, November 26th, we will be up in Sayre, Pennsylvania for Northern Tier Wrestling. And immediately after, we will be down here in Teaneck, New Jersey for Ace Championship Entertainment. Yep. Friday, December 2nd, we have Excite Wrestling up in Johnson City, New York. December 10th, we have T2I Wrestling in Westville, New Jersey. And
that's right around the corner from me. So
yep,
what's
the
No Limits?
It's some building. It's got New Moon Rising used to run there. It's
it's No Limit, and there's a couple others that run out of there.
There's a bunch,
I know exactly where you guys at. So yes, I will be seeing you live at that show.
Awesome.
Nice. And I believe that's it. We would be wrapping up December with December 30th, also at Excite Wrestling in Johnson City, which can also be watched on Twitch live as the show is happening if you can never make it to the show live.
And isn't the 17th pending, right? Isn't there a possible 17th?
Yes, December 17th is currently pending for upstate New York as well.
Well, that's cool. You just let us know, and we'll, tag the Nation Quarter in your post, and we'll retweet them too.
Absolutely. Make sure you guys get it out there. Nice to see that you're booked right up through the end of the year. That's
Yeah,
I'm sure
it started. For her, it was supposed to be one show a month, and now we.
It was. Oops.
And now she's back doing it full time. It's
right.
It's crazy because it took a while to get back to being this busy during the pandemic and people running on top of each other. So it's nice to be that busy again and able to get back out there. Like we're in Connecticut in March, tough and talented. So we're everywhere from Pennsylvania to Connecticut and all over, and there's more to come. And it's just working out the details and making it happen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. Where can people get merch?
They can hit up either of us directly on Facebook or Instagram. I'm the one with most of the merch. I kind of carry on to all of it. But if they hit up Foxy, Foxy's got, if they hit up Foxy and said, hey, I want a hat, she'll forward them to me or she'll just tell me or whatever we have. But yeah, just hit us up, and if you want something of Foxy's, like she's got her own, she got crystals and bracelets and headdresses. Somebody hits me up, I'll forward them to Foxy. So yeah, just hit us up or catch us at one of the shows. Honestly, that's probably your best bet is coming to the show and hitting us up.
Yeah,
that's awesome. We're gonna bring in Tony here. Tony, you got any questions for?
Yeah, man, I've enjoyed this interview. I wanted to come in when y'all were talking music. I wanted to pop right in because y'all said Metallica, and I rose up like the Undertaker. I was like, whoa, Metallica? Metallica is like my number one favorite band of all time. I've seen them 7 times live, and
That's
I've got
awesome.
I've got a pic from James Hetfield hanging on my wall in a frame. He played Master of Puppets, and I was 5 rows away from the stage. He's jamming on Master of Puppets, and he tossed it out to me, and I got it. So I've got it with a ticket stub on my wall at home.
Nice.
Nice.
And I noticed, Cade, you're a Black Label Society fan. I am too.
I'm a
What are
very
your
big Black Label fan.
What are your thoughts on Zach Wilde performing with the so-called Pantera? The
Dude,
Pantera tribute.
I'm all for it. I don't understand why anyone made a big deal about it. I get it. I totally do understand. Like, it shouldn't. Like, people are like, well, it should be called Pantera. It's like, well, I mean, what about like all the other? What was it? Was it Journey had the new singer, and he was
Yeah.
like, I get the anger, but if anyone's gonna do it, it's Zach. Like, Zach was so close with Dime. Who else
Right.
would you have gotten to do it?
Yeah, they were brothers, man.
You know, that's my fiance's favorite band is Pantera. We're planning on going to see it. I want to see it. I think it's going to be awesome. I don't think it's going to be terrible. I think it's going to be great. I'm interested to see how it goes. I think they already had some shows planned. I think they're starting in South America, I believe.
It's already selling out. It's already they're already selling out those festivals.
Yeah. So look, I don't get the hate. I just think people are just angry and want to be angry about something. And I get it. Pantera is, looked at and held on the pedestal that it should be. But what are you going to do? Like, look, man, if you would have told me that we would have had a Guns N' Roses reunion, a Misfits reunion, and then a Pantera somewhat reunion in my lifetime, I would have been, there's no way.
Yeah.
Like, so I think we should just accept it and just be happy that it's happening.
I'll go ahead and say it. Whenever it was first announced, I was up in arms as well.
I was,
because they were calling it Pantera, but then good friend of mine, Chad from Albany, he was talking to me about it and calling me and Mongrovian down because me and him both were like, man, they can't call it Pantera. They can't. Why are they doing this? But
I'm just like Dime and Vinny.
Yeah, but see, you're right. You're right. Zach was Dime's brother, and Charlie Benante was one of Dime's good friends too. So, I mean, it works, man. Let's just see how it goes.
And I saw an interview with Zach, and Zach was like, "What? I'm not gonna not play Dime's. Like, he's gonna play everything that Dime play. Like, it's you call it the Pantera reunion or Pantera tribute, whatever it is. You still have Vinny, not Vinny. You still have Phil and Rex.
Rex.
So, what are they going to do?
It won't suck. It won't suck.
No, it's not going to be.
I think we would have had this earlier with Vinny if Vinny would just put aside his bullshit and his ex with Phil. I mean, with Phil. And I think we would have had it with Zach in Dime's place, which would have been literally like every other band has replaced a guitarist or a drummer or whatever. So again, we should just be happy that we're getting something and they're going to pay tribute. I guarantee you the whole show will be a big tribute to Dime and Vinny.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We're still looking forward to it. Very much.
And I had a question for Foxy Fox. You said that you started in '99. Am I correct?
Yes.
In ECW?
No, I wish. Oh my God, I wish. No, ECW was my influence and my goal. But I trained over at ECPW here in Jersey. Yeah.
The P was silent. The P was silent.
He is very silent.
Okay, so yeah. But yeah, I mean, bless you for being in the business as long as you have. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah. Cool. Well, that's all I had for both of y'all. So yeah, great interview. Great interview.
Thank you guys.
There we go, everybody. And this will be when is this go? When is this show? When is this interview going to drop, Tony? Do you know?
Sunday evening. Are y'all cool with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's going to drop Sunday evening.
So
7 Eastern. 7 Eastern.
You guys know 7 Eastern. The Mega Mason interview is dropping when? Friday?
Tomorrow, yeah.
Dropping tomorrow at 6 or 7.
And then our live show is on Saturday night, and then I'm going to drop this interview Sunday night. So we've got a whole weekend planned of Nation's Corner content. So we appreciate y'all for joining us tonight.
No, we appreciate you guys having us.
One last thing. I just remembered. You like lizards and cool pets.
I'm sitting in my I guess in my office reptile room. This is my escape from everything.
Nice.
So
that's awesome.
This is when I'm retired and done wrestling, I got a bunch of stuff I'll be breeding and doing reptile. I got friends. I literally, when I go to the reptile expos, we set up my wrestling merchandise, and I'm helping them sell reptiles and doing like a little meet and greet. So it's cool, you know. I mean,
Yeah,
that's like the big thing for me.
Yeah,
Very
that's
cool.
awesome. I have a friend that breeds snakes too.
Cool.
Beautiful,
Awesome.
beautiful snakes. Yeah. Awesome. All right, that's it. Well, Kaide, Foxy Foxxy, I'm gonna love seeing you guys at the next VPW event. One day we're gonna get a road trip and go see you guys somewhere upstate or in Jersey.
Awesome.
Definitely.
That's what this group does. This group, about 20 something of us, 30 people, just go all around the United States, checking out wrestling from WrestleMania down to a VFW hall. We don't give a shit. We love wrestling, don't you?
That's awesome, man. That is awesome.
Wrestling rules, and you gotta love a guy who loves the fucking Road Warriors, Tony.
Oh no, I heard that.
What
I did my face paint up like Animal 2 years ago for Halloween.
I had a guy make me it's an old ring jacket. It don't fit me because I lost so much weight, but it's got the Road Warrior spikes with the skulls.
Nice.
Animal Pass. So
Yeah,
I got it tucked away. So
yeah,
you give it to me. It'll fit me, I'm sure. I don't feel like I'm losing anything anytime soon. I'll have to call you separately and get motivated, buddy.
There you go.
Yeah. I'm friends with Kim, Animal's widow. She's from the town I live in Texas.
Oh,
so,
okay. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah. I was lucky.
I'll
I got
never
to
forget.
work. Yeah. I got to work a show with him like a year or two before he passed. So it was cool. Like
Cool
you
that
know,
you got to work with him.
Yeah, it was
Work with
awesome.
your heroes.
Yeah, it was awesome. It just it sucks.
It sucks that they're both gone, man. You know.
Yeah.
I've got a Road Warrior picture hanging on my wall right now. I bought a picture at a convention at the ECW arena. Actually, the one me and John were there at it together. It was pre-signed by Road Warrior Animal, and Kim verified it for me and said it was legit.
That's awesome.
So I had. Oh no. Yeah, it was pre-signed by Animal, and then we met
Paul Ellering.
Paul Ellering. Precious Paul.
Paul Ellering. We met Paul Ellering, and he signed it. And I didn't even ask him to do this, but he signed LOD over Hawk's picture.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
He did that himself. I didn't even ask him to do that. So I have a picture with Road Warrior Animal, Paul Ellering, and LOD over Hawk, and I've got it framed at the house. It's freaking awesome.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah,
that is awesome.
But how can people find y'all on the socials?
Go ahead, Fox. You first. I'm horrible at that.
Well, you can find me on all social media platforms at Viva Foxy Foxy. That's VIVA FOXY FOXXY. Same handle on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, etc. So it's super easy to find me.
Cool. Yeah, I found you already. I found both of y'all already.
I know, I saw.
There you go.
Yeah, I just have Instagram and Facebook. I don't do anything. And I have a YouTube channel, which is just Kaide Lothbrok. But besides that, I don't TikTok or Snapchat or any of this. I'm too old for that stuff.
You don't
TikTok
or nothing.
He's in my TikToks. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm in hers. But I don't do any of that.
Hey, I just figured out TikTok. It's
The
fun.
only TikToking you're gonna do is with Carrying Cross style. That's the TikToking.
Yeah, exactly.
TikTok. Well, it was a pleasure having you both, and I'm looking forward to seeing you at the next live event. And have a great weekend and have a great Christmas and Thanksgiving. And
appreciate it, man.
Go out there, hail and kill.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Thank you
forever.
Thank y'all very much.
Thank you for joining us.
Have a good night.
Have a good night.
That was awesome.
Yeah, that went pretty well. Other than my picture frames fucking up behind me for my chair hitting them, but anyway.
Oh man.
But that's neither here nor there. No, they were fun, man. That's cool,
Yeah.
and I'm glad that they are working. They're that one Westfield show. That's right down here by me, man. I'll definitely go see them.
Awesome.
Definitely go see them.
Represent.
Heck
Yeah.
yeah. Well, hell, great interview.
Yeah.
More content for the channel. That's awesome. So, Mongrovian, how can people find you on?
You find me at Mongrovian Mike right there. That's it. I'm just as easy to find as Foxy Fox. I stand out.
You
Don't
do.
worry, you can't
You
miss
just
me.
don't know how. You just don't know how much you stand out.
Mm.
Johnny Boy, how can people find you on the socials?
I am at Twisted Metal Fab, all one word, on the Twitter and the IG. And also, don't forget that hashtag, folks. Hashtag Nation's Corner on location. Get out there.
That's
Let
right.
us know where you're at, who you seeing, who you watching, where you live at. Drop pictures. Let us know you're out there. Use the hashtag Nation's Corner on location.
And I am at Tony Justice, AJFA. And if you're a Metallica fan, like I know all of us are, and our guests are, you know what that means. Ooh!
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us tonight, and we'll catch y'all on the flip.